That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That voice you heard is the voice of royalty. This woman is respected and feared all at the same time.
I like that.
One of the funniest, most talented, most resourceful, most resilient people you're ever going to meet. You know why, Heather B?
Tell me why.
Because she's from my soil, Oakland, California. Give it up for Luenell, ladies and gentlemen.
El Murder.
Can you hear
Call
me
me
good?
El Murder, baby.
How's your volume?
My volume's better.
It's better?
Because that shit over there.
How about now?
Okay,
you break
drop
it
my
up, man.
Gucci's, baby.
You dropped your Gucci
I
glasses?
dropped my Gucci.
Luenell, what's up? What's been up?
It's you, baby.
Yeah, what you?
All day.
What's been
I don't
happening?
know. I got a couple of things, came down the pike. Oh, I like drop them again.
Okay,
Sway.
damn. There you go. I'm just curious to what you've been talking about on stage. There's so much stuff that's going on.
Well,
right now.
I'm really not. Okay, here's the deal. I used to do when the Trump administration started. I used to do a lot of political, humor about him and things, such and things. But then I noticed that I sort of cooled out on it when I would go to the Midwest, because even though they're Republican, even though they're Trump supporters, some of them still like Luenell, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get paid. I'm not trying to alienate nobody from coming to see me. And maybe if a Trump supporter comes see me and listen to what I'm talking about, maybe they may not be that way when they leave. So I'm not trying to make them not come see me just because they support Trump. When the comedy comes, all that goes out the window. Just like, somebody asked me would I ever work with Roseanne Barr. I said, of course I would.
You still would, even
I
after,
still would,
after all the
because
tweets
maybe after listening to me for a while, maybe some things might change. Because I know her personally. I know that. I don't personally. I'll say it like this. I have never experienced any racist behavior from Roseanne at all.
Okay.
And I know her children as well. And I've seen pictures of her children in the bathtub with other black children. Racists don't put their kids to boil in a hot stewing tub of water with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that. That's not what racists do. So I would work with her, because the people that would come and see her to hate her and boo on her might come and love me. So that's got nothing to do with me.
I'm dying.
Would you work with Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby ain't got no work coming,
Okay.
so that's a moot point.
Channel with your man, yo.
He might be doing something around the yard. No, I won't work with him there.
So, Luenell, do you agree? Kanye just said that he wants to take his voice out of politics and focus on creativity. You think that's a good idea for him?
Let me tell you something. First of all, I think that is a good idea for him. I think he needs to shut up entirely. I think he needs to be one of those artists who just do music and never do interviews. There's a bunch of them. He don't never need to say shit. He done said enough of everything. But what this all boils down to is the absence of his mother. He's never properly grieved the absence of his mother. That's why they're trying to get Jennifer Lewis to meet with him, because out of all the influences musically and personally, he has still not had a substitute black woman to lean on like his mother. If he was to get in a room with Jennifer Lewis, who has also spoken about mental illness, and if you think niggas ain't crazy, they are. We need real help. No, because we've never gotten any therapy over our Holocaust.
Hello?
We've never had any reparation, no therapy, no talk about the images that's still historically in our DNA of families being ripped apart and raped and drugged and stuff like this. So we've never gotten past that. And all this other stuff that they've dropped down, taking all the beautiful things out of school and dropping out. Sway know where we come from.
Yeah.
We know the genocide that happened in our community when they dropped it down, dropped them crack rocks down. And that was all, Rick Ross talk about it. Then I don't mean the rapper, he talk about that he worked for the government and bringing drugs into. So there's so many things that form our personality. And if you were a boy, you know how you cleave to your mother. He may have guilt that it's some of his money that helped to finance her operations. So he's never had nobody to talk that. Kris Kardashian Jenner does not take the place of Dr. Donda West. And so if he can get in the room with Jennifer Lewis, who is a like-minded crazy motherfucker, then he might be able to. This is internet radio, right?
It was.
It is now. But she might be able to actually get through to him and talk to him, because I know from a woman who doesn't have a mother anymore, I know how I cleave to older black women. I cleave to Marla Gibbs. Mm-hmm. I cleave to Glodine White. Mm-hmm. These are people that I hang with, and they mean a lot to me. Just because just the hug of an older black woman, if you don't get it no more, it can do something to you if that's what you was raised on.
Yeah.
And Kanye has not had any of that. He's just a needy boy, and he just needs some love and black understanding.
I think, Luenell, get a round of applause. I really feel like you should be giving him that hug.
Well,
She would Bruno.
I don't think I'm the one. I think I'm too. He needs some tender, loving care right now. And I'd be like, snap the fuck out of it, you crazy motherfucker.
Hey, Luenell, I have a question right now, because we're living in a time period right now where everyone is so sensitive, right? And everyone may consider something to be offensive.
Like some of the shit I just said?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I know that you said you don't talk about politics anymore. How do you now self-censor yourself on topics? Like, what do you think about before you create your routine or before you go out on stage?
The things I talk about are multiracial and multi-generational. Sex, children, relationships, getting old, and getting fat. That is universal all over America. So everybody, black, white, or Latino, they all come to see me, and they all come to see me for the reasons that I said. Because too many times you feel uncomfortable in these comedy clubs. Somebody might be talking about you or talking about somebody you came with. And I think that there should be one bastion still left where a person could go, throw back a couple of shots, drink a joint in the car, come in and have a good time, and not be worried about talking about Donald Trump, and not be worried about talking about, the murder in the streets. You just don't want to deal with it. Can I fucking get an hour and a half somewhere? Well, I can't watch the news no more.
Nah.
I can't listen to a certain music no more. Yeah. I can't even listen to certain spoken word no more. Make me want to blow my fucking brains out. So I just want to be somewhere where I'm the refuge, where I'm the place that people just go for fun. Can we just have some fun for a minute? Ain't nothing fun no more.
Yeah. What are you doing tonight, Luenell?
Oh, tonight I'm going to a dinner, which is the precursor to the LOL Comedy Honors that I'm here to host.
Hello. Okay.
Hopefully everything goes well. Things in the early stages can be a little iffy. They had a glitch with me last year, but they fixed it, and I was able to receive the Moms Mabley Legacy Award.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That'll be presented.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'll be presented to Cheryl Underwood this year.
Okay.
But this year we got like Chappelle Associated and Chris Rock and Tracy Morgan, and those are people that are supposed to be coming. And the thing about it so sad is that there's two things I'll say real quick about this comedy game. Number one, nobody pats us on the back. There is no BET Comedy Awards, which they only had one.
Yeah.
They had one, and they never had one again.
Did it not rate well?
I don't know.
That's
but that
why.
was 25 years ago. I think they could try it again. And you don't know who's done the most shows this year, because it's not all about money. Who's been in the game. The people that are coming to the LOL Comedy Honors are OGs. The Marshall Warfields, the Paul Mooney, and the people who laid the groundwork. It's some newbies mixed in there as well, but it's more of a paying homage than to this regular bullshit. And giving awards to DC Young Fly. God bless him in his career. But what the fuck kind of awards you want right now? You ain't been in the game 5 years, but these other people laid the groundwork for you. And so we would mentor and talk to more of the younger comics coming in if they wanted it.
Yeah.
But they don't want it. They don't care what you've been through. They don't want to hear the stories. They don't care about the history or the legacy. They think they know everything. If you give them advice, they don't take it, and it's all about the money for them. All of us were doing comedy when it wasn't about the money.
Mm-hmm.
It was just about the How much money you think I made in the end zone?
At the end zone. The
How's
end
the
zone.
end zone?
The end zone was on High Street. The end zone was on High Street.
How much money, Sway?
The end zone was like I don't want to say a hole. I want to disrespect
The pub
the end
is
zone.
like a little
'Cause that's
pub.
where you
The
went.
hood
It was like a pub.
Gene Upshaw Club.
The Gene Upshaw had this spot called the End Zone, but it was kind of rough at the End Zone.
Then we had the Cadillac Club. And everybody had a
right
2
down the
gun
street from
minimum.
Mommy Elsie's house.
Okay, all right.
2 gun minimum.
Yeah, you probably was making what, 50 a night?
20.
You are insane.
$50 a
Maybe
That's what you had to get
15 or a dub. Listen, look, you talking about 18, 20, 22 years ago.
Okay.
Okay, I've been in L.A. for 18 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe 22 years ago, maybe if he liked you, you could get a couple of drinks. Maybe you might get a chicken dinner. $20.
Really good, huh?
Wasn't no such thing as no $50,000 payday, and that's what that's it's fortunate that it's not that way anymore, but that's the way it was.
Yeah.
So the beauty in the struggle is what I'm saying. But if you ain't got to struggle for shit, if you can sit on your couch, make a video, click a button, and get likes, and then get a TV show from that, well, where was the struggle? The creativity was there, but where was the struggle? And some people say, bitch, I don't fucking want to struggle. Well, you don't have to these days. You can get put on.
Mm-hmm.
But, your shit may not last, so you better invest, motherfuckers, because your little Instagram career may not last. I'm not saying it won't,
Yeah.
but it may not.
May not. Man, Luenell is here, ladies and gentlemen. Sound like the world of comedy kind of having parallel issues that we find in the world of rap. Between older artists and younger artists, and the younger artists not wanting to listen to the older artists not being open to the experience that the younger artists are having in their day and time. When you mentioned the guys, Instagram comedians.
Yeah, and like that's the young motherfucker. Somebody saying like, oh, old ass LL Cool J. Like what?
Yeah.
That's what you call a legend.
Mm-hmm.
They laid the groundwork. He was the first artist to get a rap deal, I believe.
Yeah.
Or old as Run DMC or old as Ice-T. Like, how dare you? That shit is so hurtful. On top of everything else, it's just hurtful.
Yeah.
To just not pay respect. That's like saying your old ass granny. Well, granny, is what taught us, how to live. Taught your mama what to do. So how you gonna dismiss that? It's called your history. It's this legacy. And then also I find in comedy, I don't mean to be rambling, but I got a lot to say.
It's fine.
Is that I do this thing at the end of my shows. I do a Q&A. Okay, on Sunday. So if I do 6 shows in a weekend, on Sunday I'll do a Q&A. And I'm the only comedian, I think, that will give you an opportunity to get 10 minutes to ask me anything you want, professional or personal. And we tell them to say, okay, anybody got a question? And 90% of people just sit there and look. Because people want to listen to comedians, but they don't really want to talk to you. Yeah. How come we don't have a reality show about comedians? How come we don't have growing up comedy? You think we don't have kids? You think Bruce don't have no kids? You think Lavelle don't have no kids? What about our kids? They want to make some money too.
You got to do it. Luenell, that's a good idea. Growing up comedy.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Somebody going to steal it the minute it come out. I copywrote that the other day.
Okay. Good. Hey, man, I love you. First and foremost.
I love you too.
All right. And if they want to follow you, how can they follow you on social?
Just follow me out to the street, baby. Let's go.
There it is.
Luenell, no. Okay. You can follow me on Instagram at Luenell, Luenell. That's where you can go and see me in my Bruno Mars video, by the way.
There it is.
Or you can see it
Doing
on
it
Bruno.
big.